Tay-K has lost the race for a second time. He just got an 80-year sentence for a murderoni charge, on top of a 55-year sentence he was serving for another one.
Any time that you do in custody is a lot of time. But by that same token, you're still alive. And what the state has said is true. You're still alive. You can still better yourself. If you end up in prison for the rest of your life, you're still alive. You still can improve yourself. Your family can still visit you. But the complainant in this case is deceased. And you need to internalize that the complainant in this case is deceased. And that his family is never going to see him again. So you're going to have to make changes. And you're going to have to remove people from your life who are not of benefit in the means of making you a better person. And I do understand that sometimes people will go to prison, they join gangs because you need protection, because you're there by yourself, you're young, but you're going to have to make better choices. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to sentence him to 80 years in the prison, give him credit for any time served. There is a $0 fine. This will run concurrent with 1511547D.
By this point, most people who know about the situation know exactly who Tay-K is. Tamar McIntyre, best known for his 2017 song The Race, which came out while he was on the run from police after the first, murderoni.
Fuck a beat, I was tryna beat a case, but I ain't beat that case, bitch, I did the race. Beat it up where I nut shorty face. Eli blast, cracking foes like a vase. Pop a nigga, then I go out my way. Do the dash, then I go out the way. Rob a nigga shoes, rob a nigga lace. We tryna see 100 bins in our face. Him gon' be eating good noodles every day. Bitch, I'm drawing doodles, take a pick the way. Chopper, tell your duties, it's a fish fillet. I woke up too moody, who gon' die today? Shoot a fuckboy in his motherfucking face. We could get up, but you don't wanna go that way. Gotta go that way, you get robbed for your record. Gotta go that way, boy, you not gon' be happy. I tell 50s I'm a shooter like Young Pepe.
While on the run, he committed the second murderoni, and yeah, it got big. It got super duper big. I was in college at the time. Tay-K is only 2 years younger than me, which is crazy, because in 2017, I was 18, 19 years old. He's a year and some change younger than me, but during that time to be hearing about this little kid, you know what I'm saying, doing all this, man, that was definitely crazy. In the first murderoni, he was not the person that pulled the trigger. The way it went was like this. I'm not going into deep detail. I'm giving a little breakdown. There was this girl that hit up Tay-K and his friends and said, hey, I want y'all to rob my boyfriend. Tay-K and his team said, bet. Apparently, Tay-K was the youngest member in the group. In total, there was 7 people involved in this whole thing, and I think out of all of them, there was only one person who was the person who you could say got off. It was the girl who said that she wanted her boyfriend to get robbed, and she was unnamed. The boyfriend's name is Ethan Walker. The plan was for Tay-K and his team to go to Ethan Walker's house where him and his roommate lived, for the girlfriend to open up the door, scream, and for them to just proceed to rob the place. Long story short, everything went wrong. I believe the boyfriend and his roommate both got shot, with the boyfriend losing his life, and one of Tay-K's boys got shot too. They got caught rather quickly, and during a 2.5-hour interrogation, Tay-K told his role in everything and that he was just there to get drugs and whatever else he was trying to get, and they sent him home on house arrest. This happened July 2016, by the way. There's more that happened in between all this, but long story short, Tay-K got house arrest until trial. While on house arrest, Tay-K put out this tweet: fuck this house arrest shit, fuck 12, they're gonna have to catch me on hood. That was on March 26, 2017. On March 27, Tay-K and another kid cut off their ankle monitors, and they pretty much began to flee the state. While on the run, he recorded his famous song, The Race, and shot and took the life of a 23-year-old named Mark Anthony Saldivar in front of a Chick-fil-A. They were apparently trying to take his photography kit. These were 2 separate cases now, and he had to fight both of them. This happened in Texas, but Tay-K fled the state, so Texas got in contact with the U.S. Marshal. They caught Tay-K, and on that same day he got caught, he released The Race, and that's when it all went super viral. They were trying to push capital murderoni charges on him, some about the death penalty. Those charges did not stick, and he was charged 55 years for murderoni, 30 years for 1 count of aggravated robbery, and 13 years each for 2 other counts of aggravated robbery. Tay-K got more time than the person that actually pulled the trigger that ended Ethan Walker's life. You can argue whether justice was served or not, but that is not what this video is for. All those charges were ran concurrently, meaning that he just has a grand total of 55 years in prison at max. And since it was not capital murderoni, he does have the option of parole after 27.5 years. 2 weeks after the first sentencing, he was sent to Bexar County Jail awaiting trial for the second case. They tried to get him for capital murderoni in this case as well. It did not stick, and he was charged with just regular murderoni. I don't know the exact charges of this case. It just happened, but he ended up getting 80 years. For the second sentencing, he has 30 years before he's eligible for parole. Either way it goes, his life ended before it even started. His rap career really got going after this crime happened, and he never got a chance to enjoy it because of what he was doing with his life. He was definitely failed as a child, and he was lost as a teen. You can see him now. You could tell like this mess has been stressing him out. Whether you feel like the sentencing was fair, whether you feel like it wasn't fair, I think there is something to learn in all this, specifically for a lot of younger cats out here. I've used my channel before to speak against the streets, to speak against gang culture, to speak against no snitching policies, whatever the case. I've use my channel to speak against it. I don't believe in it all. It's obviously a huge hindrance in the community, and I'm really against the streets because the streets are against you. I've never been one to say free anybody involved in the streets, involved in gang politics, none of that, simply because y'all do the crime. You got to pay for it. When we talking about the music industry and rappers, we've had the YSL case, which Thug got off on. A lot of people didn't. We got the Lil Durk case, and I believe that's a RICO too. The Rolling 60s, Cribs, Crabs, whatever you want to call them. I hear they trying to get a little baby now. Tay-K situation, 6ix9ine situation, and many other situations that just prove that this is a very destructive lifestyle to be living and to be propagating. With all that though, it's crazy because I'm still doubtful that this will be a situation that wakes young people up to realize that this is not a life that you want to live. This is not a road that you want to go down. You have a lot of people in the older generations that co-sign this behavior as well. And that's just, yeah. When y'all trying to drop this shit, because it's really embarrassing. Even in Tay-K's case, even if he learned his lesson, what it costed him was like, oh my God. We could blame poverty. We could blame a whole lot of shit, but it's up to individuals to take a stand for themselves, you know? I believe that if you think that it's just powers above you that can't get you out of whatever situation you in, so be it. But I do not subscribe to that same ideology. And I'm speaking of black people right now because I'm black. I would like to think that we can police ourselves to the point where this is just not a prevalent thing in our community. A lot of people that won't change simply don't have hope. And I'm kind of hold the same sentiment, but I still think there's a slight possibility that things can change for the better. You could put the blame on whatever you wanted to. A lot of people seem to just want to put it on music, and I don't even think that's really true. The rap industry do co-sign gangbanging, murderoni, robbery, dope dealing, pimping, prostitution, but I still don't believe that's the only thing. I think it'd be dumb to just minimalize it to rap music. Either way, when are we gonna be done with this shit? I feel like we so much better. Like I'm telling you, I was in college with people that were getting full-on degrees that were just mesmerized by this whole situation. How does that work? And I'll admit it too, while it was happening, it was definitely captivating. But I wouldn't say that I glorified the situation. What's happened in these Tay-K cases, man, definitely terrible. Kid lost everything before he even had a chance to get anything. But this is yet another of countless opportunities to really highlight the effects the streets have. These are my immediate thoughts following the sentencing and watching the video, and I thought I would share them. Fuck your hood, knuckle. Let me know what you think about this situation. Appreciate you for watching, and I'll catch y'all later. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Bye-bye.